to game number 1 of our best of 3. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have Team Liquid's Clem, the DreamHack Atlanta winner, many time finalist and winner of these ESL Open Cups. Looking to get to another one. I don't even know how many finals this would be. It probably is 150th or something. His opponent in the lower right-hand corner for the Shopify Rebellion, trying to stop him. Trying to stop the Clem Max Packs finals. It is Lambo. Had a nice cheeky build there against Spirit. See if he pulls something like that out against Clem. But Lambo also had a really good macro game against Spirit. So we'll see how this goes. I'm sure these guys play against each other a good amount. Clem's going to be kind of the heavy favorite, though. I feel like his TvZ is so insanely strong. There are very few players who can compete with him in that matchup. And I think Lambo's going to have a tough time here. All right, I want to see how many finals Clem's been to. Clem, he has the most finals appearances. This is his 120. This would be his 129th finals if he wins this game or wins this match. He's been to 128, of which he's won 84 and lost 44. That is actually such a sick win percentage. He's almost 2-to-1 wins to losses. There are very few other players who have that win percentage in the finals. Hero is close to 2-to-1. He's at 39 wins, 20 losses in the finals. But Clem, man, with the most finals appearances by kind of a lot. MaxPax is behind him in second place with 15 less finals appearances. But he's going for the double Rax Reaper opening, so probably going to get just the 3 Reapers here. And then go into some follow-up tech. Lambo's actually going to scout the factory getting put down, which is an important scout. He knows it's probably, well, I guess it's going to be either Cyclones or Hellions as the follow-up out of Clem. As the Reapers dive into the main base, Lambo does not have a third base being attempted here. Lings and Queen's going to have to defend. One Queen sleeping on the job a little bit there, but should be able to push these Reapers out. Let's see what's died so far. 1 drone and 1 Ling. Okay, Clem's going to go into Stim, but he's going to swap the factory onto the reactor here. And he is going to go for Hellions. He's got a 3rd CC on the way. I wonder if we're going to see like a Hellbat push out of Clem. That wouldn't surprise me too much. With Stim here, if he got like a group of Marines, a bunch of Hellions out, put down an armory, and got like a medevac, that could be a sick little push coming up in the near future. Oh, we got a lot of bets on Lambo as well. Okay, all right. So Clem the favorite, but some people believe in Lambo. You love to see it. Lambo's had some solid results this year. I mean, in the past year. I always love to see Lambo succeed. I think he's a fan favorite. Ooh, he's trying to catch these Hellions. Clem, I think, realizes it, and he's going to dive the other way and avoid the full surround Lambo is getting set up for him. As the Queens do their best to hold their ground here, spread some more of that creep. Baneling Nest on the way for Lambo before any Evo Chambers or a lair. And hey, look at that. There is the armory. So Clem, he's going to hit with essentially 16 Stim Marines. Whatever Hellions are left, except they're going to be Hellbats. And he's even got a couple of Reapers left alive. could be very annoying for the Zerg to deal with. This is going to be a very powerful attack coming out of Clem. Lambo, smart to build the main nest. He's going to need a few Banes against this. I think he's realized the kind of thing that's coming. Marines want to kill this Overlord, supply block Lambo, which it actually will supply block Lambo, but he's got 7 Overlords about to pop, so not going to be that supply blocked. And he doesn't need extra supply to build Banelings anyways, so he's going to start morphing these bad boys. He's recognized that this is probably Hellbats, and he is absolutely correct. Hellions moving around the left side. I mean, Clem could not morph them into Hellbats as well. He could just keep poking and prodding with them on one side while he pokes and prods with the Marines on the other. But the Marines going to get shoved away by the Queens here. Way too many Queens for these Marines to really fight against. The Baneling's going to sit at the top of the ramp. Oh, can they get a connection? Not quite. Clem a little too fast. Queen's going very far off creep on this side, though. They got to be a little bit careful over there. The Banelings being left on their own to defend this, and now with no Banelings, there's the Morbid of the Hellbats. Clem going to try to hold this position in the corner. The Queens will help out quite a bit here, so it looks like just 2 Hellbats going to be left. Oh no, the Queens caught off creep. They can't transfuse. The Lings coming down to save them, but a bunch of those Queens do die. That's what I was worried about. At the same time, some drones going down to the Hellbats here. They will finally get cleaned up, it looks like. Only 4 drones falling. But I still like this for Clem. He's taking a supply lead. Up a few workers off the back of this Lambo. Losing all of his Queens down here. Oh my god. And then Clem. Now he's just fighting against Zerglings with Marines. This is so good for Clem. And that's just going to be it. He's going to tap out as he sees 2 more medevacs full of units coming in. Lambo struggling to deal with that multi-prong. And I love that Clem was set up for this big frontal attack. And he decided, actually, that's not the best use of my units right now. I'm going to run the Hellions in because I just see Banelings here. I'm going to keep them in Hellion mode. And like those kinds of split-second decisions from Clem, that's what separates him, man. That's what puts him on top. Obviously, his micro is top-notch, but if he had just hit with that full frontal attack, I think Lambo would have been okay with the Queens and the Banelings. Splitting there, though, makes it so much more difficult to deal with. Excuse me. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to wake you. Wow, it just got really dark in here. I feel like my camera's having a tough time exposing correctly for this. This is so much brighter than me. Anyways. Yeah. Good attack there from our Terran player. Now we're going to hop into game number 2. We're spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Alcyone. Up 1-0. It is Team Liquid's Clem. Looking like the absolute god that he is in that last game. His opponent, in the upper right, it is Lambo for the Shopify Rebellion. Clem this time not going for the 2 racks Reaper opening. Instead just going for the single barracks on the high ground here. We haven't seen any Cyclone cheekiness out of Clem so far. Although I feel like a weird Cyclone build is the kind of thing Lambo would be very good at defending. Lambo's an extremely smart player. He got a big brain on his shoulders. I feel like he's very analytical. He understands a lot of the ins and outs, and I feel like Lambo can do well in weirder situations. So I'm going to feel like Clem's best shot here is to just play pretty standard aggressive macro play. So not too surprised to see him just expanding, taking bases. And keeping that pressure on. That's the hardest thing for the Zergs to deal with. That's, you know, that's what gives Raynor and Cyril problems too. This is the standard macro play of Clem. When you're this good at standard macro, you don't really have to do anything else. It looks like Clem's probably going to head into Hellions as the Reaper sees what's going on. We also don't see anything cheeky out of Lambo, who did do like a big roach all in against Spirit. So we know he's got it in him. Oh my god, Clem lost the Reaper. Uh-oh. It's falling apart, dude. Do we have confirmation? Clem washed? Did Clem take a shower? Dude, I was cleaning at work the other day. You know, I had to clean up the department, and my boss was like, hey, after I finished, he's like, how clean is it? I was like, dude, Clem, he knew. He knew then. I had washed that department beautifully. As washed as it could be. So we did see Lambo on this map against Spirit go for mass mutas. So I wonder if he's going to try to head towards mutas again. That worked really well against Spirit. Can be very tough to pull off against a player like Clem, though. Clem tends to be, again, very aggressive. And that aggression can make it really difficult to transition into mutas when you're forced to build Links and Banes constantly. It just feels like you have no money for mutas. You get like 8 out. They're not really doing much. Can't really afford the mass mutas that we saw against Spirit. But still wouldn't hate to see Lambo try it if he feels like that's going to be good on this map. And I do feel like generally they're good on this map because the bottom part is kind of completely walled off. The mutas have a free pass to move around a lot of that area on their own. The Hellions feel so naked without their Reaper friend, though. I feel like that Reaper is the leader of the Hellions usually, and now these Hellions just on their own. They don't really know what to do. Ooh, I do see a Liberator, though, getting a couple of drone kills while the Hellions poke the front. I love how it faked the move to the other side here, but looks like Lambo's going to be able to push it away. Not going to be able to get too much more damage. The Lings, or the Hellions trying to get in. The Lings are getting on top of a few of them, and will kill a few of those Hellions. Clem going to back out. Clem behind this has double eBay finishing up. He's going to go land his third CC. He's got 2 more barracks on the way, so he's getting fully into the Marine part of his game plan here. Man with gun, pretty good. And there's that Spire, so it does seem like Lambo is planning on heading towards mutas once again. We see the same game plan we saw against Spirit, which is Baneling Nest and Lair, the priorities here, then into the Spire. And then 1-1 is going to be later on. So it does mean Lamb is going to be, again, very far behind in those upgrades. His Evo Chambers are just now starting. 1-1 already about a third of the way done for Clem. But he's going to make up for that, potentially, by having the mutas come out. That is the idea here. Bane speed is on the way as well. Clem, a little bit, I don't want to say late to this aggression, but this feels like later aggression than I would normally expect from him, and gonna allow Lambo to have this 4th base up and running by the time he gets here. But he is here now, and Lambo has to respect this. His Lings and Mains are a little bit far away. Bainsby not quite done yet. He's trying to get the first few mutas out, but Clem is already here. These Widow Mines getting some connections, not the best connections. The Lings and Mains are going to be forced to dive in. Good movement here from Lambo. The retargeting from Clem getting maximized damage there, but still Lambo able to push that away. It looks like something getting damage done over here. This Liberator getting 4 kills. Has 7 in total. The mutas will clean that up, but now Clem knows there's mutas out. It's 3 more mutas on the way. How committed is Lambo going to be to this? Are we going to see him start up +1 on that Spire? He actually hasn't started up 1-1. Oh my god. So he starts up 1-1 and the +1 on the Spire all at the same time, but he's now 2 full upgrades down, as Clem should be able to start up 2-2 here very shortly. There it goes. For a second, I saw Pneumatized Carapace and I thought it was +1 armor for the mutas, and I was like, did he go double Spire? No, he did not. That's Overlord speed. But Clem's going to keep pushing. He has a lot of Widow Mines here. 5 of them with this force of Marines. He's going to scan and kill all that creep. And this 5th base of Lambo is going to be a tough one to take. And I feel like Clem, I mean, look at how much army supply Clem has. That is crazy. There's just not enough Banelings here. Ling's going for a counterattack, but they're going to get stopped. And Clem, he just feels unstoppable here. He forces a cancel on the 5th base. Lambo just doesn't have enough. He's down 40 army supply right now. These Lings come home, but it's just like a small handful. And Clem is continuing to push. He's just going to keep on going. Clearing more of that creep up. Keeping those Widow Mines spread out and burrowing forward. Lings and mutas going for the counterattack. Oh my god, there's so much at home for Clem to defend this. And even if the 4th base gets taken out, I don't know if that's going to be enough here. Meanwhile, Clem is pushing into the 3rd of Lambo, and that's going to be GG. Clem just dominating Lambo in that series. Looking like the best TvZ in the world, because I think he has the best TvZ in the world. GG, man. Clem takes himself to his 129th EVT Cup final.